What's up everyone, and how's it going today? Before I get into today's video, I do have to apologize in advance for any wind noise that might be coming through the camera. Unfortunately, later this afternoon, we're expecting some tropical storms, and it's already started to get a little bit gusty from time to time. Hopefully, whatever wind noise is getting caught by the camera isn't that disruptive, and you can still hear what I'm trying to say. On today's video, we're going to be doing a headlight upgrade on my girlfriend's 2020 Jeep Compass. Her Compass came with these halogen housings and stock halogen bulbs. Unfortunately, these headlights in this combination is similar to the Jeep Wrangler, and they just lack performance. Not surprising, because Jeep seems to do this with all their vehicles. They make good quality vehicles that can perform off-road, but then when it comes to the headlights, they just offer poor quality for base models. If you get the LED ones, that's a different question, but for halogen ones, these are almost impossible to use. You can barely see anything at night. So what we're going to do today is we're actually going to go ahead and upgrade the halogen bulbs and replace them with LED bulbs. Hopefully, this is going to improve the light output and make these headlight housings actually usable. A couple weeks ago, I actually got approached by a brand called Oxilam who wanted to send me a set of LED bulbs for my Jeep Wrangler. Unfortunately, I told them that my Jeep Wrangler actually has a set of custom LED projectors and I had no need for LED bulbs. I told them that the only vehicle that I had that could actually use LED bulbs is this Jeep Compass. They actually said, that's fine, we're going to send you a full set of LED bulbs so that you can install them, create some video content, and give your honest review. This is great because what this is going to give me the ability to do is review the Oxilam brand and the products they sell to determine if I would recommend them to anybody who is looking to swap over from halogen bulbs to LED bulbs. Oxilam offers bulbs for both the Compass, the Jeep Wrangler, and an assortment of other vehicles. So once I've reviewed these bulbs, if I feel that they are adequate and perform well, I actually might recommend them for the JL. But the only way for us to find that out is to get them installed and test them out. The installation for this video is going to be fairly simple because all we're doing is swapping the bulbs. The only thing worth mentioning is how to access the bulbs. For the high beams, all we have to do is go through the hood and then we can change the bulbs. But for the low beams and the fogs, we're actually going to go through the back of the wheel well. So what we have to do is remove the two plugs right here and the two screws right there, pull back the liner, and then we can access the bulbs. If you're looking for more details about the installation, there are a ton of videos already online that will show you more details. I am going to do a simple time lapse of this process just to get the bulbs in quickly. So before we get into the installation, let's take a look at the bulbs they sent us. Oxilam sent us 3 sets of M5S series LED bulbs. They sent 2 sets of H11 and 1 set of 9005. This will give us the ability to replace our high beams, low beams, and fogs. These are not necessarily their top of the line LED lights that they have to sell. They do offer better LED lights that offer better performance and better light output. But unfortunately, those LEDs require higher voltage, and unfortunately, the Jeep Compass doesn't offer the voltage that is required to run those LEDs. So these M5S series LED light bulbs are the best bulbs that Oxilam has to offer that will work with the Jeep Compass. So even though they're not the top of the line, I'm sure they're still going to be really good, and they're most likely going to be better than the halogen bulbs. The bulbs themselves are constructed of an aluminum shell, and they're designed to be a simple plug-and-play installation. There's no customizing needed, and it should be a direct fit. One thing that's really unique about these bulbs and these products that they sell is, if I can get this open with one hand, is that they all come with a set of installation gloves. This is great because you require these gloves for installing them, because when you're handling the bulbs, you really do not want to touch the LED filament. The oils from your finger can cause damage to them, so it's really nice that they provide these gloves to help with the installation process. They also do have this manual as well, And as you can see, the LEDs are packaged very nicely in the box to help them with shipping. So what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to go ahead and get these installed, and then we'll take a look at how they perform and compare them to the stock halogen bulbs. Now that we got the new bulbs installed, let's go take a look at the comparison of the halogen versus the LEDs. As you can see in the comparison, the new LED bulbs seem to be a little bit brighter. They definitely have a different color to them. They have a more modern whitish blue tinge rather than the yellowish old school tinge that the halogens have. One thing I didn't like about the LED bulbs is that I noticed on the low beams that the cutoff was not as clean. There's definitely some more light scattering occurring throughout the image, which is not ideal for headlights. From what I read online, this is not necessarily due to the bulb. It is a combination between having an LED bulb in a halogen housing. Sometimes the bulbs are not the right length, or they have different multiple angles, and they don't work that great with the housings. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to run the bulbs for a little bit longer to see if the uncrisp cutoff and the light scattering affects other drivers. If we notice that the light is affecting other drivers, what we'll do is we'll switch back to the halogens, which definitely had a more crisp and clean cutoff, which is better for oncoming drivers. As for the installation of these bulbs, they were fairly straightforward, but I did have to do some minor customization to the high beams. What I had to do is I had to customize the housing for the high beams to accommodate for the larger bulb. These LED bulbs have a larger base on them because they have the integrated cooling fan. So on the headlight housing, I had to trim a little bit of the edge to allow for the bulb to properly sit into the housing. This doesn't seem to affect anything because I can still install and secure the dust cap without an issue. As for the bulbs themselves, they seem high quality. The construction and the material have no issues. When I was installing them, nothing seemed weak. I was able to twist and turn. Everything went straight in. Really no issues whatsoever in terms of construction. As for durability, this is something I really can't talk about because I just installed them. This is something I'm going to have to discover as I use them and have them on the Jeep. So if we notice any issues or have any concerns about them, what I'll do is I'll post an update below to notify you of any issues that we do have with these headlights. I don't think we will because the quality of the craftsmanship and the construction seemed good, but you never know. So guys, overall, I'm pretty happy about these LED light bulbs from Oxilam. I am not an LED light bulb expert by any means, and my experience with LED light bulbs is definitely very limited, but based on the packaging, the product, the installation, and the performance, and the price point, I think these light bulbs are pretty good. So if you are looking for LED light bulbs, I highly recommend that you check out Oxilam. They might have something you're looking for. If you are looking for more details about the light bulbs that I installed in this video or any other light bulbs that they might have available, I will put some links below that you can click on to get some more details. If you are going to be purchasing from them, you can use the code EvolvedJeeping to save yourself 20% off your order. At this time, guys, I am going to wrap this video up. I do want to thank Oxilam for sending me these light bulbs because now my girlfriend definitely has some upgraded headlights and she'll be able to see at night. One thing I am going to have to change in the near future is I'm going to have to change this bulb out because it is still the halogen and it kind of looks a little weird with the modern LED bulbs. So something I'm going to have to switch out very soon. If you have any questions or comments about this light bulbs or the installation, feel free to post them below and I'll do the best to answer them. As usual, guys, please make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Keep evolving, and we'll see you guys on the next video.
We'll be right back.